There are moments in life that reason cannot explain. You catch the gaze of a stranger, and in that fleeting instant, time seems to stand still. Not because of surprise, not because of fear, but because of a quiet recognition. As if your soul has just touched something that was never truly lost, only momentarily forgotten. You weren't searching for them. You thought you weren't ready, and then they arrive, without noise, without warning. Just a presence that makes everything feel calm and clear. No fireworks, no mystical declaration of destiny, just a deep stillness where you sense that everything has just fallen into place. Carl Jung once said that what appears to be destiny is not an illusion or coincidence, but a resonance between the inner and outer worlds, between a consciousness longing to awaken and a world that responds with manifestations that are mysterious but true. In today's video, we will delve into what seems like a simple truth. Why, when someone is truly meant for you, you won't need to fight, chase, or try so hard. Because the soul always recognizes what once belonged to it. Most of us grow up believing that life is merely a collection of random events, chance encounters, the luck or misfortune of a cold and indifferent universe. But Carl Jung saw something different. He recognized that sometimes the events that happen to us are not just random. They have a strange rhythm, a resonance almost poetic, as if the universe is whispering something reason cannot explain, but the soul understands very clearly. You think of someone, and at that very moment, they appear. You enter a strange place and accidentally meet a person who changes the course of your life. Jung called this synchronicity, meaningful coincidence. It is not causality, but a meaningful alignment, an echo from the inner world reflected back through the outer world. As if your soul is sending a message, and the world, somehow, is listening and responding. Those moments don't come to impress, they come to awaken you, to whisper, "Pay attention, this matters." And when it comes to love, that synchronicity becomes even deeper. You meet someone, and they reflect back unspoken memories, vague desires, parts of yourself you've never dared to face directly. Not everyone you meet is the right person, but a few will appear as if arranged from somewhere beyond time. Not because of fate, but because you have quietly prepared for that encounter for a very long time. Carl Jung believed that when your inner soul matures, meaningful people naturally appear. Not to fill you, but to illuminate what you have been and are becoming. And perhaps what draws you intensely is not really the other person, but yourself. Because within everyone lies an archetypal image. For a man, it is the anima, the delicate, intuitive, creative, gentle feminine aspect. For a woman, it is the animus, the rational, oriented, strong, determined masculine aspect. They are not roles to play, but profound symbols of the soul. And these images shape the type of person you are attracted to in real life. When you love someone you cannot explain why, it is very likely you are loving a part of yourself. A part that has been asleep, and that person has just awakened it. Attraction is not an illusion, it is a call, an invitation to return to your whole being. Carl Jung once said, "We do not truly love others. We love the part of ourselves that is seen, reflected, and touched through them. And that is the deepest beauty of love. It is not about finding the missing half, but about rediscovering ourselves in the eyes of another." Before we continue delving deeper into the silent layers of the mind together, please take a moment to like this video. Your presence and support not only nurture this journey, but also help these enlightening ideas reach many souls who are searching for answers. And if you feel called by these profound questions, if you are quietly walking the path of self-discovery, please subscribe to the channel so you won't miss the upcoming content that will keep unfolding. Returning to today's journey, sometimes you meet a person and suddenly all words become unnecessary. No need to explain, no need to try to impress, you simply exist, and that is enough. Not because you have known them before, but perhaps your soul has known them, somewhere beyond the reach of reason. Carl Jung called this the uprising of the unconscious, an ancient treasury containing primal archetypes, collective memories, and deep instincts. When someone awakens in you a profound sense of connection that is hard to explain, it may be because they have touched an archetype that lies dormant within your soul. Not in a superficial way, but in a way that awakens something beyond the boundaries of time. And that is why some people you only meet once, yet they bring a feeling as if you have known them your entire life. The silence is no longer awkward. Time seems to freeze, bend, then dissolve. That is the moment you clearly see a fragment of your own truth, reflected in the gaze of another. You are drawn to them, not because of appearance or measurable things, but because of the energy they carry. Like a key opening a part of you long asleep. It may not be love at first sight, but a quiet certainty. This is something worth listening to. This is safe. This is real. Jung understood that not every relationship lasts forever. But soul-touching connections beyond words, are never meaningless. Even when they leave you with a different version of yourself, more open, more awake, and more authentic. We often say, if it's fate, it will be ours. But Jung would ask, what part of you is calling forth that fate? Is it destiny, coincidence, or is it the unconscious guiding you toward what your soul is ready to receive? When someone is truly meant for you, they don't come to fill a void. They come to reflect the parts of yourself you never dared to look at. They awaken the darkness, challenge your limits, and bring to the surface the fears and desires you have long tried to hide. Not to break you, but to help you step through transformation. Jung emphasized that true connection is not based on perfection, but on co-evolution, two souls growing together into the most authentic versions of themselves. And when that encounter is genuine, it is not always gentle, but it is always clear. Even amidst chaos, it carries the essence of a return. Through them, you see yourself, not the version you show the world, but the deepest, quietest part silently waiting to be acknowledged. Not everything sent to you stays forever. Some are lessons, some are mirrors, and sometimes a few are bridges that lead you back to yourself. The common thread is, they appear at exactly the moment your soul is ready, even if your consciousness has not yet realized it. So next time you meet someone who stirs your heart deeply, don't rush to find answers. Listen, not with reason, but with the silence beneath it. The soul does not speak in words. It whispers through emotions, timing, and signs that cannot be explained, but cannot be denied. Perhaps meant for each other is not about eternity, but about recognition, a shared moment of truth. Two souls briefly remembering who they are through the eyes of the other. Jung wrote, "The meeting of two personalities is like the contact of two chemical substances. If there is any reaction, both are transformed." So if someone enters your life and stirs something real, don't ask, "Are they my destiny?" Ask instead, "What part of me is being awakened?" Because when someone is truly meant for you, you won't need to search with your eyes. You will know, through silence, through the feeling of right timing, through the deepest place within you, where truth always speaks. And if these words awaken something within you, remember, you are not alone. We all carry stories that have never been named, and sometimes it is a stranger who helps us hear them for the very first time. If today these words have touched a part of you, please consider joining Mind and Meaning. This is not just a channel, but a quiet space where you can pause, reflect, and listen to the voice within yourself. I invite you to share. Have you ever met someone who made you feel as if fate itself was speaking? Someone who helped you realize something deep within yourself? I would love to hear your story, because sometimes in the pieces shared by others, we find the missing piece within ourselves. See you again on the next journey, where we continue to unfold the depths of the mind and take each step closer to our true selves.